morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are officially on our way to Sosusvlei. It's probably another 4 hours from here, so we'll get there quite late. We're staying at a place called Sosusvlei Oasis Camp. Because at the moment we're driving tarmac, there's nothing as usual. When we start checking, we will continue. Quick pro tip from Pro Camper: your tire gauge, when you use your tire gauge, this video is going to be incredibly shaky. It's not my fault. I'm not going to get the gimbal out to film this bit. When you on your tire gauge, as you can see that little piece of tape, I just stuck a little extra valve in there, because often when you're blowing your tire off, especially when you're alone, when you're two people you're fine, but especially when you're alone, when you turn that valve out, it just goes so just stick a little valve on your gauge in case the valve does go the flies. We are in. I don't want to speak because there's so many flies. I'm scared they fly into my mouth. We're in the middle of nowhere. Literally, this is literally the middle of nowhere. The road is horrendous. We are shaking out of our bones, and I've decided to blow the tires down. You guys can't see Nick behind the camera, but she's going like this the whole time to fight the flies.
They can probably feel it because the camera keeps moving.
This lens is so dusty.
Yeah, because it just dusted it.
I'm gonna put this camera away. I'm scared one of these flies fly into my mouth. Whoa! Flies! Cut. Where are you going? Go check if it's a pool. I'm pretty sure it's a pool.
No, it's not.
How much you want to bet that's a pool? I'm gonna stand on this bucket now to see if it's a pool. I think it is a pool, Iffy. We've arrived, guys. We're at Sosusvlei. We're not going into the park, unfortunately, tonight because we got here too late. So we're going to do it tomorrow morning, so we can go to June 45 and Deadfly and everything. So for now, we're just going to chillax and enjoy the desert, the quiet, beautiful desert. If it's a pool, it's a pool. Oh, yes, son. Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold. Holy dooly. That was too cold. I'm not swimming in that water. I'm gonna go shoot some good old fashioned B-roll in the desert. I'm gonna look for some bugs, some lizards, and see if I can find anything.
Scorps?
Some scorps. There'll be scorps here tonight. How was that for a sundown? I'm actually glad we didn't go into the park, Leaf.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get back in time for the sunset, so we'd just be driving because you can't do the sunset there and you can't do the sunset at your camp, so you kind of miss out on the sunset anyway. Look what she's making! Yum yum.
Kebabs.
Needs a kebab, needs susati.
Susati.
Kebabs only have meat. Susatis have stuff like you're putting mushrooms, what's it, capsicum, onion. That's the difference between a kebab and susati. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually quite a nice campsite. I actually prefer this campsite to the one in Sesrim. The only advantage of that is you can get to Sosusvlei or Deadfly earlier and later in the evening because there's like an internal gate, so you get about 45 minutes or half an hour. Plus, there's not as nice a view there as there is here. This is nice, and you've got a little shower and a toilet. Let me show you guys. See? It's a little bush shower, and then your toilet's on that side, and then that side is the pool. What are those little things? They're lizards, geckos that make that noise. Yeah, I'm gonna Google this and when we have internet and insert what they are right here. So, remember how I did that the crane the other day for the first time, and I said, oh, I don't know if it's necessary or not. I've completely changed my mind for the second time that I have used it. I used it for the B-roll that I shot earlier at La Palanga when I shot the rooms and stuff and walking up to the spa. Very useful to have that kind of floating effect where you just float through the room. I haven't gotten the use of it down very well, like I'm not very good with it yet. There's a guy on YouTube, Brandon Lee. He's probably one of the most undersubscribed YouTube channels except for this one. I think he's probably one of the best filmmakers on YouTube, to be honest. And he's got some amazing shots that he does with the crane and the Sony a6500 with the 18-105 lens. Anyway, enough tech chat. Oh, these kebabbies are going to be beautiful. Okay guys, it is probably around 10 o'clock now. Nick's already in bed, so I'm not going to be too loud, but I figured now would be a great time to test out the Nightcore's Tiny Monster TM16 GT, that little guy there. I just dropped it, in fact. I just charged the batteries. You guys can see on the test, this is also a Nightcore IntelliCharger. These are 4 18650 batteries, and they've all been charged to the full. Two very cool things about this torch. One, it is waterproof. Up to about a meter, I think is what they say. The other cool thing about this is that it actually has a mount that you can put it onto a tripod. So I can actually mount this onto the tripod that this camera is onto, which is really cool for nighttime photography. So it is, I've set the camera up to see more or less what my eye can see at the moment on this side. So for this angle that you guys are looking at, I'm not going to turn it around. Look through the viewfinder just to make sure, yeah, that's about right. It is pitch black outside. Okay, I haven't turned the torch on yet. I'm going to do that now. We're going to start at stage 1. I'm going to change the camera to see more or less what I can see. And make it eye. Okay, so that's about what I can see with my eye, right? This is this is almost like my head torch is slightly brighter than this, basically. It's kind of a nice brightness to have when you just want to not blind anyone, but you just want a little bit of torch all around you. Let's drop it to the second one. Yeah, that is much brighter already. Okay, so that's about what I see with my eye. That's about the beam I see. So with this beam I can see across the road. That's maybe 50, make it 100 meters that I can see if I point down the road there. And it's next stop of light. That's the next beam. So this is number 3. This is quite a big throw that it spills out the side, but you also get quite a nice distance. So with this beam, if I had to point that way, I could probably see 200 meters, I would say, more or less. Okay, second last brightness level. That is getting pretty freaking bright now, I'm not gonna lie. That is getting pretty bright. And then brightest one that it can do. Oh, sorry, that is full blast. That is absolutely full blast. It is like almost daylight around the torch. I can see pretty far. I can't see the mountain, which I thought I might be able to see, but there's also a lot of dust in the air at the moment. So my beam, that's why you see the beam so clearly, because there's so much dust in the air, you can tell. I mean, this, you can use this easily as a hunting spotlight, and you can see more than enough. Let me just put this back on 16mm. Just so you guys can kind of get a reference, I guess. It is super potent. It is a giant amount of light going into the sky. Okay guys, I'm going to say goodnight. Hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a review-y type thing that I did with this Nightcore TM, with this Nightcore Tiny Monster. I will see you guys in the morning.